Don't. Fatal attraction.
What?
I just met with Allison. It was very disconcerting. She reminds me so much of Colette. The way Colette was when I first met her. Damaged goods, the diamond covered with mud, all that. When I sat down next to Allison and took her hand in mine, I felt my neck and chest become flushed. It's not just her appearance that's similar to Colette's. It's that look in her eyes. It's hard to describe it. At first they seem dull and lifeless, like the eyes of a corpse, but then just for an instant you see a glimmer of life. You see her former personality. It's just the way she was before the accident. It's just fighting to get out. I can see that Allison's true self is warm and vibrant and sensual, and I'm gonna help her get it back. Oh, I know. You're muttering, here we go again with the Mother Teresa complex. Well, sometimes I wonder if I did become a nurse simply because I'm drawn to wounded people. But I know that I am good at what I do. No, not good. I'm excellent. And I really believe that we're here on this earth for a reason. My purpose in life is to help people get well. Michael and I had an immediate connection, the wrong kind of connection. I'll just have to be careful with him. And myself, too.
Don't connect with him, please.
Yeah.
I'm shaking. Allison looks shockingly like Colette, even though for an instant she was Colette.
I even thought.
Thought for an instant that she was Colette. That old dizzying burn. It's been ages since it last weakened my knees. Now it irradiates out from the center of my body. Is she aroused?
I don't know.
I held Allison's hand, so I sat beside her on the sofa, wanting and not wanting her to be Colette. I don't think they noticed how distracted I was. Allison, my heart goes out to her. And Michael. I couldn't see him, but I know he was out there, alone in the dark, watching. That probably changes based off of us being a fucking pervert.
Mm-hmm. It seems like there's at least some sort of complicated feelings there.
I mean, I don't mean to be, you know...
Wait, her bedside table.
Lesbian alert, but, you know. Lesbian alert.
Lesbian. I know you well, exotic plant. I share your greenhouse fate. Although the light shines all around us, this is not our home. And as the sun quickly escapes the brightness of day, so we, who truly suffer, wrap ourselves in the dark cloak of silence. In the quiet and anxious rustling in the darkened glass house, I see drops gathering at the edges of your leaves.
More witchcraft, please. Ooh, Tantra. Sacred techniques of Tantra.
The yoni and lingam massage. Yoni is the Sanskrit word for the vagina, la vagine. Loosely translated, it means sacred space or sacred temple. In Tantra, as these translations suggest, the yoni is regarded with love and deep respect.
Dude, she does sacred spot massage.
Lingam is the Sanskrit word for penis. Again, loosely translated, it means wand of light. Oh, they wish. In Tantra, the lingam is honored as an instrument of pleasure and channel for creative energy.
Dude, she's a sacred spot masseuse? Massager? Masseuse.
The purpose of the yoni lingam massage is to provide a context in which the receiver attains a high state of sexual arousal and experiences intense sexual pleasure. The giver experiences the joy of facilitating and witnessing that pleasure. The yoni and lingam massages are an excellent way for lovers to build trust and intimacy. While orgasm is often a pleasant and welcome side effect of the yoni and lingam massage, it is not the goal. Rather, the goal is simply pleasure. Neither partner is pressured to achieve anything, and both can therefore simply relax and enjoy. When orgasm does occur in this context, it is often more expansive, intense, and satisfying than with other kinds of sexual activity.
I know at the base root of it, it's hand jobs are neat, but I think that they're trying to do a more like, massage the area around, have an emotional connection, not have the stress of trying to do it right, but really have the connection of two people together. But also, she's a sacred spot masseur.
It sounds kind of neat because it sounds like what it is it's like instead of going into like hand play and being like, all right, this is, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to get you to do this thing. It's more just like, I'm going to like honor your body and like pleasure you and like not worry about like reciprocation and just focus on you right now.
No, that's,
And I think that there's something freeing about just being like, for the moment, I'm just going to focus on your pleasure,
I think it's nice the point where we're not going to focus on getting to the climax or the orgasm, because sometimes I think for both parties everyone gets like really stressed out about it when really we're just trying to have a good time together. And you should also just enjoy the feeling that you're feeling right now in this moment, rather, am I going to come? Is it going to happen? Am I going to get too stressed? Or like, are they going to come? I better do a little...
Am I doing this right?
When really it's just like, let's just like touch each other. Or you touch me, whatever. Here we go. Floats.
Who knew that this was going to turn into a pixel squirt let's play? All right, let's read his sexual diary. Mrs. Randolph arrived. I have to admit that she's nothing like I expected. First of all, she's very attractive and young. She did something really strange. She began unbuttoning the sheer blouse she was wearing. I have to admit that I was turned on. She gave me this sexy look. I couldn't help glancing at her breasts. I had a sudden impulse to touch them. It made me feel manipulated, though, like she was toying with me. Maybe she doesn't think about stuff like that since she's a nurse, but it seemed so inappropriate. For a second, I had the notion of firing her on the spot. I don't know. Was she flirting with me? Teasing me? It's so hard to tell. I don't know if I like her. Every time I tried to start up a conversation with her, she blew me off. Maybe she just wants to keep everything on a professional level.
Yes.
I disagree.
Okay.
If she wanted to keep it on a professional level, you wouldn't start unbuttoning your shirt in front of them.
True. Big true.
But I was hoping we would be working closely together to help Allie. While Mrs. Randolph was getting acquainted with Allison, I took a walk up in the hills. I hadn't been up there since before the accident. It's such a relief to be able to leave her alone. I realized that I need to get away from the house more. Maybe now that the nurse is here, I can go back to work. The other day I had lunch with Leon. We went to this crappy Mexican place that he likes. He asked me about when I was coming back to work, said I didn't know. He told me about his niece who was paralyzed from the neck down in a bicycle accident.
Don't say anything creepy, dude.
Everybody in his family was so hopeless and depressed. Everyone except the niece. She never gave up hope. It's been a struggle, but she's been going through physical therapy and actually getting some feeling back. The doctor thinks she might walk again someday. He told me that I should be inspired by her story. He said that I should never give up hope. So, is the daughter alive?
I don't know.
He also told me I need to rely on my friends. Well, he's... Like, why would you say don't give up hope if the daughter's already dead?
I think he means don't give hope on his wife.
Oh. Well, he's not really my friend. He's my boss, just a guy I work with. I've really only had one great friend in my life, Mark Sievers, my best friend in high school. He was genuine, natural, one of those guys who could do almost any sport without hardly trying. He was a daredevil, blah, blah, blah.
He would jump 20 feet out of a tree or ride a motorcycle full throttle down a dirt road at night, screaming like a maniac. Everybody at school loved him. They all had high hopes for Mark. He was sure to get an athletic scholarship for a good college. Mark and his family moved into the house across the woods the summer before my freshman year. I was sitting in my tree fort one day when Mark climbed up through the hole in the floor. He had some dirty magazines and a joint. Dude, let's get high and jack off together.
Yeah, do we have to read all of this? Is this all important?
I mean, I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
I had never seen one of those illicit things before. Mark got away from everything. People instantly liked and trusted him. All the girls were in love with him, and he was incredibly lucky. He always won games or bets. He never lost a fight. Once he actually evaded the police on his motorcycle when they tried to give him a ticket. He took off cross country, and they never caught him. This exploit became one of our high school legends. I can admit now I was jealous of him. He exuded confidence. He never seemed to struggle at anything. He always got what he wanted. But he was a great friend, the kind of guy who would never let you down. During our junior year, Mark's family had this German exchange student come and live with them.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh. She was beautiful, really tall and athletic. Pretty face, blonde hair. Sly, sexy smile. We both instantly fell in love with her. Her name was Susanna. She exuded this powerful sexual aura. The girls at school seemed like little kids compared to her. I was so jealous that Mark had this amazing creature staying in his house. He told me that he could smell her when he walked by her room at night. She didn't wear any perfume. It was just the scent of her. I need a beer. I have to mention this. I was out on the side porch just now in the dark when Mrs. Randolph came to her window and stood there. I could have gone inside, but I was curious. She knew I was watching her. She knew I was out there, and so she put on this show for me, sort of a display. What is she trying to prove? I can't stop thinking about her amazing body. Just knowing she's the next room is going to make it difficult for me to sleep tonight. I can't deny that I'm attracted to her. I mean, I'm not dead. She's very sexy and alluring. I want to know more about her. I hope Allison never stumbles across this. Dude, you're in trouble. We've seen this.
Mm-hmm.
The next TAT will be given in the bathroom.
Here, look at this turd. What do you see? It's just a picture of Michael.
It's a Rorschach turd. Oh.
I couldn't sleep. I thought it'd be weird having someone new in the house, but... well, this is more than I bargained for. A lot more. I'm thinking about replacing her, but...
I think you should.
Allison shocked me with her response to Catherine. I mean, she was totally against the idea, and now she's acting like... I don't know. God, I wish I could stop thinking about her. I need to get to bed. Warm milk. It's supposed to help you sleep. I hope it works.
We already clicked on that. Mm-hmm. Living room.
I like how, like, the movement, it's all, like, jigga jigga, and then...
Wait, look at that. It's kind of weird.
Oh.
This here? Doesn't that kind of... Yeah. It's kind of strange.
Yeah.
Okay, time to go to the bathroom. I just like seeing the little journey we go on.
Mm-hmm.
It's very nostalgic to see this kind of movement.
Like, float around the environment. Yes.
Just
Allison.
Just meds, basically.
Meds, yeah.
Okay, where's the little... Oh, here it is. Is this it? Before
I was right. It's
smartphones.
gonna be a poop.
Before smartphones. What? Why is this in the bathroom?
I don't know.
Is this where he jacks off? I don't understand. Before smartphones, people had to just, like, sit there and, like, read a book or something.
When you've concluded this test, 4-foot-long penises are
funny?
Funny or just my size?
Ew.
Let's put the just my size.
Oh my god.
That's not true. This is a joke. All penis sizes are good.
Sometimes I dream about death and sex.
Yes.
The following caption best describes this painting.
The Duchess put on an erotic show for the king, which
No.
I think it was reflecting on our recent experience with the nurse. The ladies become very bored, and during the second act of the play.
Yeah.
I
like these. The fruit is ripe when firm.
Chloe and Cecilia practice their nipple tweaking. I feel like
I like that one, yeah.
Yeah, the ladies become very bored during the second act of the play.
Who is this couple?
Mom and Dad.
Catherine and Michael.
Yeah.
This painting is
Beautiful, sexy.
Hmm.
This is a depiction of Zeus canonically raping a woman, but this is supposed to be, but they're making it seem sexy, so I think that's...
Oh, but he's... What is he, a goose?
Yeah, he was a swan, and he forced him... He used to turn into animals and just
Rape
people. I'm not trying to be, like, triggering. I'm just, like, that's what happened.
So...
Sinful?
Yeah, maybe. Sure.
what was the first thing you noticed about this painting?
Boob.
Is that Anne Boleyn? She's stabbing herself. Yeah, well, her boobs. Yeah, I mean... I guess her boobs?
Yeah.
If we're being a trash person?
Yeah.
What does nest of spicery mean to you?
Vagina. I'm gonna demand that from now on people have to refer to my vagina as nest of spicery.
Mm-hmm.
Being a eunuch would be kind of fun.
False.
For me personally, I wouldn't like it.
When a man is with a woman, most of the time he is thinking about having sex.
False, but we're gonna say true. It's not true, because men are not just sex beings. But we're gonna say it is, just to see trash.
Yep.
The boy kissing the woman is...
Too young.
Yeah, he looks like a child.
I think he's supposed to be like a little Cupid, but it's creepy.
Yeah.
Most people equate sex with death.
Oh yeah, he did say he had trauma that he like locked away in his brain. Remember? And a lot of his stories are like a little inappropriate. Is that... I mean, let's just say yes, because I want to see where that goes.
Why not?
I have dabbled in homoerotic relationships.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, does this mean they're gonna be lesbians now?
I thought
It
you were
also
still
means that
sleeping.
he probably had sex with his best friend.
I've been going over your wife's medication. And I think that using Valium as a depressant and Seconal as a sleeping pill is overkill. Ideally, we should wean her off of all medication.
It's more like a doctor's decision, don't you think?
I will consult with Dr. Turner on this, of course. Is she awake?
No. She sleeps late most mornings. By the time I bring her breakfast up, she's usually awake.
That's a mistake.
What is?
You're keeping her too comfortable and secure in her condition. We need to bring her out to a more active and self-rewarding existence. I take it you didn't always make breakfast.
There's a number of things I do now that I didn't do before. Allison hasn't cooked or baked a thing since Jody. Since the accident.
Your wife is desperately holding on to the past. But by you doing things that you never did before, you're helping her to create an unreal world. A world of illusion, where she doesn't do the things she did before and is actually losing her grip on the past.
Makes sense. Wonder why Dr. Turner never put it that way.
Just trust me, please. I have a lot of experience with people in her state of mind. We need to change things, starting now.
You're not intending to do Anything shocking, are you?
No. Just go upstairs and tell her it's time we all had breakfast.
It might be too abrupt.
It's not too abrupt. She'll understand that you have a stranger in the house and you want to make a good impression.
The mornings are always the worst. The depression, it's overbearing.
Do you want me to do it?
No. I'll do it.
Good. Tell her that I'd like to discuss Jody's breakfast.
Oh. She dropped it.
She ruined the take. Don't. Fatal Attraction.
Why?
Reference.
Why is she wearing heels in the house?
Because it's psychosexual, okay?
I like that we're gonna nitpick all the sexual things, even though we're making all the choices that...
Yeah, why is this stupid sex thing happening? Extra sex, please.
I didn't order extra sex with my sex.
And they're like, it says right here, extra sex sauce.
Alice,
Yeah, she's... Okay.
the nurse is down in the kitchen and she wants breakfast.
She's like 3 seconds away from running off into the moors.
She wants to discuss Jody's breakfast with you.
Jody's breakfast?
I think you better handle this.
Yes.